All right, let's do the little write-in here. Pharmacist writing in. Dear Billy Bag Chaser, your rant on Pharmacist last week was hilarious. We have to be able to laugh at ourselves, right? I just wanted to weigh in on a couple of things. First off, the medication you were prescribed, the anti-inflammatory drug you received, was in the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug class. How the fuck do you know? You didn't even look at it. Maybe you've just been, no, I can tell just by the way he's talking about it. I understand. Basically, these drugs decrease the formation of prostaglandins and thromboxanins. Those chemicals are involved in the inflammation process, which itself causes pain. So these drugs can't just decrease inflammation without also decreasing pain, thus being labeled a painkiller. Oh, okay. NSAIDs are not in the opioid family. Okay. Are not habit forming. I don't know what this guy's talking about, but it sounds like he's blowing my argument out of the water. However, they can be very dangerous in susceptible populations. Why can't you say with addicts? Susceptible populations. You guys are such fucking creeps in that world. NSAIDs. NSAIDs. NSAIDs increase the risk of cardiac events, kidney damage, and stomach ulcers. Oh, I'm sorry, recovered addicts. Usually in the elderly or those with pre-existing conditions. I'm not sure what the other drug you received was. If it was a narcotic, opioid, painkiller, and the doctor and pharmacist did not discuss it with you, they would be negligible on their parts. Since when? Since when? I want to know. Now that the fucking heroin epidemic is completely out of control and the state of Ohio is suing pharmaceutical companies? I graduated 4 years ago, and the dangers of narcotics was extremely stressed. Now all the medical bodies are communicating the dangers of narcotics to practitioners and overseeing that prescribing is done appropriately. And maybe this is just it's just how we are, you know? Like when they first had that DDT and they sprayed it all over the place, and this is like, great, we just ended all these plagues, and then we did all this damage to the environment. We created this fucking window that is starting to close, I feel, where it was this golden age of not having to walk around with a fucking boil on your face and dying of the Black Plague. And we just got a little out of control with it, which would have been great is if, as we eradicated all of these different diseases, if we somehow didn't grow the population. I feel like that's the sweet spot. I feel like that's what the fucking Illuminati should be discussing, is like, what is the optimal number of people, including ourselves, of course, who should be allowed to survive while we keep all the modern day technologies so we can still live this awesome flat screen life with no plagues, but like we also can still sustain like living on this fucking planet. What is that thing? What is that number? And they're not taking callers because they're a fucking closed entity.